Yo guys, what is going on? Today I have the Indiana Pacers realistic rebuild on NBA 2K23. And not only did they give Haliburton the max this offseason, they also added Bruce Brown on a 2-year team option worth I think around $44 million. And then they also added Obi Toppin for 2 second-round picks. Definitely an underrated pickup, especially only for two second-round picks, I should say. But looking at this roster, obviously we have Haliburton, Miles Turner, who they just re-signed last season, Buddy Hield, who's on an expiring deal, Bruce Brown, of course, Benny Mathurin, the rookie they drafted last year, McConnell, great backup point guard, Nembhard, another up-and-coming point guard, shooting guard. Of course, Obi Toppin, Nesmith, he was very solid last season, Jalen Smith, little to prove, but I don't know, we're kind of, heavy on power forwards right now, as you can see right here. Nwora is a marksman from 3. Isaiah Jackson, very solid as well. And our rookie that we just drafted this year, Jarace Walker, I might put him in the starting lineup. I'm not sure because, all of our power forwards are rated. It's definitely going to be a battle for minutes at the 4. So in player progression, Haliburton goes up 1. Miles Turner goes down 1, unfortunately. Benny Mathurin up 2. Bruce Brown up 3. I downloaded a 2K scenario share file, so I think this is how they had him rated after his season in Denver. Buddy Hield down 1. Nembhard up 1. Nesmith up 1. TJ McConnell down 1, Jalen Smith up 1, Isaiah Jackson up 1, Obi Toppin stays the same, Nwora stays the same, of course Walker stays the same. Alright, so to start out the season, we're going to have Haliburton playing 37 minutes, Mathurin playing 30 minutes, Bruce Brown 31, Walker 25, Miles Turner 32, Buddy Hield 26 off the bench, Nembhard 22, Toppin 21, Isaiah Jackson 16, and that rounds out the 9-man rotation. I might switch it to a 10-man depending on how we're doing. I'm not 100% sure, but what I do know is we have a lot of depth that I could probably flip into pieces that'll help our team and contribute a lot better than these guys. Because, Jalen Smith 77, TJ McConnell 77, Nesmith 77, Nwora 76. So, lots of good overalls that I could flip into maybe like a lower 80s, maybe even mid 80s player. I'm not sure. So we're going to simulate a few games, probably to the deadline, if I don't make a move, that is. But if I do make a move, you guys will see it right now. All right, guys, so at the trade deadline, the Indiana Pacers are sitting at 31-23. 16-12 at home, 15-11 on the road, 19-15 in their conference with a 4.5 point differential. Very solid this season, actually. Tyrese Haliburton definitely took that step up. I'm going to show the season stats right here. He is averaging 24.5 and 10 assists. Definitely MVP type season. Maybe I'm just biased because I'm a Pacers fan, but he's playing really freaking good. And we have Miles Turner also adding almost 16 points, 10 rebounds, 2 blocks a game. And we've been dealing with a lot of injuries, as you can tell, like Bruce Brown, 45 games played, Jalen Smith, 28 games played, Walker, 40 games played, Toppin, 34, Nesmith, 31. So a lot of players are playing, as, you just saw Isaiah Jackson right there, left foot stress fracture. So we've been battling injuries this year, but we're still playing very good regardless. So Bruce Brown, 11.5 per game. Mathurin, I wish he would shoot some more. I don't know why, his stats have taken such a dip. I don't know if it's just not enough ball to go around for everybody. But we also have a lot of double-figure scores, so that could be it as well. Jalen Smith, 11.5 points per game and 11 rebounds. He's actually killing it. I thought I was going to trade him. He could get that field goal percentage up, but nonetheless, still playing very good. And Walker's also playing good. 24 minutes per game, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 43% from the field. Not bad. Nembhard, 10 points per game, adding 4 assists. And Obi Toppin, 9.5, adds some more rebounds, but he's not really known for that. He's a lob threat, as it says up there. He has a 51% field goal percentage, though, which is pretty good. Nesmith adding 8.5 off the bench. And then Isaiah Jackson, 8.2, 5.2 rebounds. Very solid. Even adding a block and a half per game in limited minutes. TJ McConnell, 4.7 points per game, 4 assists. Just all around very solid. Nwora hasn't really gotten any minutes, but, there's a lot of players, obviously, on this team that can get minutes. And I don't know what to do here because I'm conflicted. We're doing decent. I think we're 5th or 6th in the conference rankings. But, this team has the potential to do more. I think, the Pacers have built a foundation to where there's still young players, but they're ready to compete now. Such as getting the Bruce Brown signing and Obi Toppin, So at the trade deadline, I'm going to explore some trade options. If I don't find any, I don't find any. I'm chilling. I'm cool with it. But I'd like to see this team push towards conference finals appearance. I'm not 100% sure if we're able to do that, but let's see what happens. All right, y'all, with some of my depth, I'm going to try to bring back Paul George to Indiana. I've seen this trade on Twitter. Not exactly this trade, but something like it. And, you know, I just think it would be the storybook ending if Paul George came back to Indiana, won them a championship. So let's see if we get this trade done right here. And unfortunately, it's not enough. So I got to retool this. Let me retool it, see if it actually can happen, and then I'll be right back. Does not look like this trade's going to work. I'm going to have to wait for Paul George to regress if I'm going to want to get him. But, man, I was really hoping this would go through. Very unfortunate. All right, y'all. So at the end of the season, Luka is the MVP. Wemby is the Rookie of the Year. Jalen Duren's Sixth Man of the Year. Claxton DPOY, Jonathan Kuminga, Most Improved Player of the Year. And we have Tyrese Haliburton making the All-NBA second team, 24.3 points per game, almost 10 assists per game. Kind of crappy that he couldn't average not a triple-double, a double-double. But nonetheless, still a very solid season from him. Walker does end up making All-Rookie second team as well with 10.5 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and 1 block per game. And at the end of the season, we were one of the 50-win teams, man. We played actually really good, 50-32, very surprising. I didn't think the Pacers would be this good. I knew they might make the play-in maybe, but I didn't think they were going to be a solidified playoff team in contention for the championship year one. But yeah, compared to the West, there was only 2 teams over 50 wins, and this is right at 50. The Warriors are, that is. But that's just crazy, man. We're playing really good. I love to see it. Looking at the season stats, we already saw Haliburton, but Miles Turner, 16.2, 10 rebounds a game, 1 steal per game, 2.3 blocks. I don't know how he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year. Absolute career highs in rebounds, and what about blocks? No, not blocks, but steals per game as well. That's crazy, man. Benny Mathurin, 13.4 points per game. Buddy Hield, 12.3. Jalen Smith played very well, 12 points per game, 10.5 rebounds, absolutely crazy, adding a block and a half. Bruce Brown, 11.4 points per game, definitely not worth the price tag we paid for him, but we have a team option on him, so we could not bring him back at the end of the year. Who knows what will happen? Maybe we bring him back and trade him, I don't know. Walker, 10.5, we already seen his. Nembhard, 10.3, and then 4 assists as well, very solid there. Obi Toppin, almost 10 points per game. Isaiah Jackson, 8 points per game. Nesmith, 6.3. TJ McConnell, 5.5 and 4.3 assists per game. Noir barely cracked the lineup, and Tice didn't even crack it at all. So simulating the play-in right here, we're up against the Boston Celtics, man. And this is definitely going to be a battle. I mean, you could just tell comparing our starting lineups. This team's absolutely stacked. And their bench isn't that great, though. So that's maybe the only thing saving us, because our bench is a lot better and a lot overall-wise. But, man, this starting lineup compared to this starting lineup, absolutely crazy. Let's simulate game 1 and hope for the best. Game 1, they take. No surprise there. I was not expecting to win. But Tatum and Porzingis absolutely carrying the team. Game 2. Okay, we got game 2. We'd love to see that. Buddy Hield going off for 27. We beat him out by 30 points. Game 3. And we take game 3 as well, bro. Let's go. Bruce Brown, 30 points. He's playing really good in the playoffs, man. Look at those shooting splits as well. Wow. Coming up when we need him. Game 4, we take as well. We are up 3-1 on the Boston Celtics. Can we win this game, and can we get past them? This would be the upset of the century, man. This would be crazy if this happened in real life. And so far in the Simcast, luck is not on our side, but in the 3rd quarter, we're popping off. 4th quarter, can we keep it together? Let's see. Up by 4. Oh, my gosh. We might get this. Oh, my gosh. We beat out the Boston Celtics by 1 point to advance past the 1st round. Absolutely crazy. We're up against the Hawks. There are sim gods in this game. But, I mean, Trae Young's out, bro. Trae Young is out. Kobe Buffkin is in for Trae Young. So that might be our saving grace right there. Clint Capella's out. That is absolutely crazy, man. Game 1, we take. We might take this whole series. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. Game 2, they take. I spoke too soon. Capella's back, though. Let's see how long Trae Young is out for, because depending on how long he's out is dependent on this series, and he's out for the season, so who knows? Luck might be on our side. Game 3, we take. All right, let's see game 4. Game 4, we take as well. Are we really about to go to the Eastern Conference Finals? First year in the rebuild. Oh, I spoke too. I just need to shut up, bro. I just need to shut up. We lose by 10. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. And we are a 4 and a 6 seed in the Eastern Conference Finals. We're up against the Cavs, who are an absolute crazy team as well. I mean, look at their starting lineup. 390 plus overalls. And their bench is really good as well. They added Cody Martin. That wasn't a real life thing, but I guess in the game they traded for him. Oh, man. Let's see what happens. Game 1, they take. Very unfortunate. We get beat by 15, but was that Jalen Smith? Jalen Smith, absolute animal this game. 27 and 15. Game 2, they take as well, man. Come on. We knew it wasn't going to be easy. We knew, oh my goodness. Are we about to get swept? We knew it wasn't going to be easy. We lose by 4 points, though. Let's do Simcast, hope for the best. And so far, it's not going our way. So far, we need to come back second half of the game, and it looks like we're doing just that. We're only down by 10. Okay, never mind. Never mind. We got swept. Eastern Conference Finals, we got swept. Wow. And LeBron is going up against his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's see if he can get this done. And it looks like he does. He beats out the Cavs for his 5th NBA final championship. Absolutely crazy. Props to you, LeBron. In the draft lottery, we got the 14th pick from the Nuggets, which is actually crazy. I don't know if there's ever been a team that went from like winning the championship to not even making the playoffs, unless I think the Lakers might have done that. I'm not even 100% sure. But anyway, I doubt we'll move much. Oh my gosh, dude. The Thunder went to the Western Conference Finals and have the first, second, and what other pick? Do they have anything else? I don't know, but they have a lot of picks. We stayed put at 14, though. We have 14 and 26. So maybe I put those together and try to get somebody, because we were so close to the NBA Finals our first season with this roster. So I think we just need a piece or two more, and we could get it together and compete for an NBA Finals for real. And looking at this roster, we have a lot of expiring deals. Obviously, we're going to bring Mathurin back, but we have a decision to make on Bruce Brown, Buddy Hield, Nesmith, TJ McConnell, Jalen Smith, which he has a player option, so he's going to make that decision himself. But we could end up re-signing him or not re-signing him. But this whole team is practically gone. I mean, we only have like 5 players on the roster, which leads us to a lot of cap space. Maybe we sign in a max player. I'm not 100% sure, bro. Or maybe we bring back Bruce Brown. We bring back all these free agents and use them as trade bait to, sign and trade them to somebody else. We'll see what happens, man. There's a lot of options we can go down, a lot of avenues we could go down, and I'm still trying to figure out which one I want to do. What I am going to do is complete this trade, though. Our 26th pick in this year's draft, and then a second-round pick in this year's draft, Ben Shepherd, and a future second for 2 firsts in 2027. Let's get that done right there. And I think at the bottom, bro, hold up, $72 million in cap space for us. So we have the opportunity to make a tremendous splash in free agency this year. See OKC select. They get Ron Holland with the first pick. Second pick, Cody Williams, bro. That is absolutely juiced. I'm going to sim to my pick. I think we have pick 16 if I'm not mistaken. We have a few solid players we could take. I mean, I could take Bronny James, whose ceiling is Tony Parker. I mean, a lot of these people actually have all-star ceilings, so not really sure how accurate that is. But Adaz Murrah, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. 7'4" from Spain. I think this is the guy we're going to take. I mean, I know we have Miles Turner. And who else do we have at center, actually? I think that's about it. Miles Turner, Isaiah Jackson. We have Isaiah Jackson. We have a lot of 4s. Jalen Smith could play center. But, 7'4", man. That defense with him and Miles Turner, like death lineup, would be crazy. So Mara is a 75 overall, very solid for a 14th pick. And this is where it kind of gets sweaty, man. I mean, we could bring back Bruce Brown, $22 million. The game is telling us not to. It's just automatically declined. Jalen Smith declines his player option. TJ McConnell, I'm probably not going to bring him back either. Isaiah Jackson, I'll bring him back. I might trade him now that we have Mara. So in free agency, we have our pick, man. We can go after Jaylen Brown. We could go after Paul George, who we tried to trade for earlier. I mean, even Anthony Edwards if he doesn't get matched. There's a lot of avenues we could go down right now. And just looking at our roster, we obviously lost a lot of wing depth. So I think that's something we're going to go for. We could obviously bring them back, but if we could get somebody even better than what we had before, that's the main goal here, right? We could get a 4 as well. Center we're pretty set at. But other than that, a lot of avenues we could go down. So for example, even if I were to sign a Jaylen Brown, I'd still have $16 million in cap space to work with. If I sign a Paul George, $11 million in cap space. So it's just crazy the possibilities that I have right now. And we do have bird rights on McConnell and Hield. So even after signing one of these guys, I could still go after them. And so I'm going to offer Jaylen Brown this contract. I'm not sure if he'll accept it because we're number 3 on his interest. But I think after seeing the Pacers go to the Eastern Conference Finals and us beating them out, he's going to maybe want to come to us. I mean, we have a lot of good things going on. The only downside is if we sign him, we might not have a lot of depth, which could be an issue. But I'm going to offer him regardless. I'm also going to offer it to Paul George. We're going to actually front the deal, though, just to make it a little cheaper towards the future. And between those two, we're going to see who accepts. And it looks like Paul George. Paul George accepts it, man. Rip to the LA Clippers. I think I'm going to bring him in. And we got to renounce the rights on these guys. I'm not sure if that means I can still sign them or not. I don't think I can after this. But hey, Oh yeah, Jaylen Brown decides to sign with the Toronto Raptors. So we got our guy that we originally wanted at the beginning of the video. Paul George, welcome back to the Pacers. We're going to slot him in at small forward. So, I mean, look at this. 290 overalls, 85 with Miles Turner. The defense is off the charts with this team so far. And yeah, still says we can sign Bruce Brown and Buddy Hield. So, welcome back to the squad, guys. Dang, I guess we can't get Buddy Hield. We got Bruce Brown back, though, so I guess that's good. And now we're only dealing with minimum contract guys, so we need to fill out the 4 position, get some depth there. We could bring back TJ McConnell maybe, but I think he's going to face regression, so definitely going to look towards getting a 4 in free agency. I'm not sure who yet, though. All right, so I ended up getting Kenrich Williams at the 4, and also we're bringing back TJ McConnell on the minimum. For the memes, I brought back Lance Stevenson, and Eric Gordon we brought back just because of his connection to Indiana. And this is now what the team is looking like, man. Tyrese Haliburton, Paul George, Miles Turner, Benedict Mathurin, Bruce Brown, Nembhard, Isaiah Jackson, Kenrich Williams. Walker did not even go up, unfortunately. That is very annoying to see, bro. He had a pretty solid rookie season. Why is he not progressing, 2K? McConnell down 1, though. We also brought him back. Merrill we have. Unfortunately, Harold, Stevenson, and Gordon went down, but I guess we can use their badges. Stevenson and Gordon don't have much, but Harold has 10, so that'll be good for Mara. And to start our season, this is how the rotation's looking. Haliburton, 34 minutes. Mathurin, 30. Paul George, 38. Walker, 33. Maybe I just need to plan more for him to hit progression. I don't know. Miles Turner, 33. Bruce Brown, 21. Nembhard, 21. Isaiah Jackson, 15. And Williams, 15. We have McConnell and Mara on the bench that are first to come off in case injury happens. And maybe I might put Lance Stevenson in for a laugh or two. I don't know. Last game of the season, start next to Paul George. Throw it back to like 2013. That would be nice to see. But nonetheless, I'll see you guys at trade deadline. Oh my gosh, dude. The injury bug is killing us. We have Tyrese Haliburton out with a broken arm. He's averaging 26.5 and 10 assists per game. And then now we just have Paul George out with a torn left MCL for 1 to 2 months. Probably shouldn't have played him 38 minutes a game. Oh my gosh. But at least, I guess on the positive side, Mara is getting some minutes. The team is still not looking terrible. I mean, it's not looking good, but Benedict Mathurin's going to have to put the team on his shoulders, which he already is, bro. 52 points against the Rockets. Oh my god, dude. Holy crap. How much is he averaging? 19.5 points per game? That is crazy, bro. But yeah, Mathurin and Turner are definitely going to have to carry this team for the time being. Bruce Brown, broken right ankle, bro. Are you kidding me? What is going on with this team? Why are we just straight getting injured all the time, bro? And also, Tyrese Haliburton came back, though. So I guess that's a positive. We're not out everybody, but still, man. Maybe this not having a lot of depth is coming back to bite me, man. This is crazy. How much longer does Paul George have? 1 to 2 weeks. He'll be back soon. All right, guys. So at the trade deadline, Paul George almost averaging 24 points per game, adding 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists. Pretty good shooting percentages as well. Almost 52%, I should say. 40% from 3. Could get that up a little bit. Tyrese Haliburton, 24 pretty much, and 11 assists. Absolutely crazy. Mathurin averaging 19 points per game. Definitely picked up the slack while Paul George and Tyrese Haliburton were out. So I'm happy to see that. Definitely a step up from 13.4 from the previous year. Miles Turner kind of took a step down so far. You know, he still has half a season to, you know, fix it. But 12.5 points per game. Walker averaging 12 points per game and 7 rebounds per game. Bruce Brown, he's been out with injury, but he still managed to average 11 points per game off the bench. Isaiah Jackson took a step up, man. 11 points per game, 6.6 rebounds, and a block and a half, and also a steal. So just all around great defensive effort right there. Andrew Nembhard, almost 10 points per game and almost 5 assists per game, but his shooting splits are terrible. 38% from the field. Let's see. Yeah, oh my gosh. 3-point percentage is not even at 30%. Honestly, that is terrible, especially on a contract year. I don't know, man. We don't know if we're going to bring him back. Kenrich Williams, out 1 to 2 weeks, obviously, but still adding in 6 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Definitely filling up the stat sheet. And our rookie, Mara, he's actually playing not bad for 14 minutes per game. He's only appeared in 15 games, but 5 points per game, 4 rebounds per game, and almost a steal and a block per game. Not bad whatsoever. And then we also have TJ McConnell, 3.4 points per game, but also adding 4.3 assists per game. And this team would be doing better if we didn't battle injuries. I mean, 29 and 25. Still solid, 7th seed. We want to get that up for sure. We're not too far behind. I mean, we're about 10 games back from first. A lot can happen with the rest of the season. Let's see what happens. All right, guys. So LaMelo Ball is your MVP. 33.3 points per game, 6 rebounds, 13 assists per game. Bronny James with the Bulls, 18.3 points per game, 5 rebounds, almost 8 assists per game. Filling up the stat sheet. Isaiah Collier, 6th man of the year with the Suns. Wemby is a DPOY. Most improved is Keegan Murray. And let's see if we got any first, second, or third teams. And, oh, Paul George. Let's go. Averaging 23.3 points per game, 6.5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. I'm glad he was able to stay healthy the rest of the year. I would have been very upset if he got a broken leg the rest of the year or something like that, something crazy. But we pray for the health of our players this playoffs. And at the end of the season, we were sitting at 50-32. I think that was the same record as the previous year. So maybe we didn't really need Paul George. I don't know. Hopefully we can get past the Eastern Conference Finals, though, with Paul George. We are actually up against the 76ers. They're sitting at the 5th seed, so they have Harden, Maxey. They added Kawhi Leonard. They have Trevon Brazile, or however you pronounce that. I'm not sure. 72 overall, though, so maybe that's the weak spot we key in on. Obviously, Joel Embiid, Jalen Noel, Paul Reed. Team's looking pretty good aside from the 4 position, which I think he's just been starting there all season. So let's see this. Let's simulate the play-in. Game 1, we take that. Let's go. Haliburton with 46 points put the team on his back, saying we're not about to lose this. Game 2, let's get it. Another crazy performance by Haliburton. And also Paul George adding 39, bro. We blew him out 160-105. Game 3, oh my goodness, dude. Let's go. Paul George is getting revenge on his former teammate. We unfortunately lose Game 4. But Game 5, oh my gosh. Do not allow them to tie it back up. We're only losing by like less than 10 points. Come on. Okay. 6 games, we're out of the first round, up against the Atlanta Hawks once again. And they added Quickly and Nurkic and oh my gosh, this team is kind of, you know, crazy. Not gonna lie, they have a lot of depth, but Trae Young actually went down. I think he's like a 90 overall, 91 overall, I want to say. But right here is an 88 overall, so those injuries have been hitting him. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage. Game 1, they take, unfortunately. Let's see, Game 2. Oh my gosh, Game 2 they take as well. All right, Game 3. Game 3, we win by 1 point. Absolutely crazy. That could have ended south for us. I did not want to be down 3-0. We take Game 4 as well. Let's go. Let's go. Good team effort right there. Game 5, come on. Yes, sir. Game 5, we win by 18. Haliburton 37-10. Oh my gosh, adding 5 steals also. Both sides of the ball, he's elite. And we advance into the Eastern Conference Finals up against the Cavs once again, who have not really added anybody. They have Tillman now, Bogdanovich. Other than that, it's pretty much the same team from last year. So hopefully we can dub out with Paul George. I'm not 100% sure what will happen, but let's simulate Game 1. Unfortunately, they take it, and they kind of blow us out. Mobley had a crazy game, and we had nobody past 13 points. That's crazy. What is up with my team, bro? We take Game 2. That had to be a fluke game. Tyrese Haliburton redeemed himself. 46 points, 11 rebounds. Or not rebounds, I should say assists. Excuse me. Game 3, they unfortunately take. We lose by 8 points. We need Haliburton to be consistent, man. We can't be having him have these down games, you know? If he's not scoring, we're not winning. That's how it is. Oh, my gosh. And never mind. Retract that statement. He scored and we lost. 43-13, couldn't get it done because Donovan Mitchell scored 40 points, Mobley scored 24, and Garland scored 23. We're going into Simcast. I think I saw the Jazz made the NBA Finals. Can we come back from this deficit? And so far, it's looking really good for us. If we do not choke this 4th quarter, we have a dub right here. And we did exactly that. We're going into it. So Game 6 Simcast. So far, so good. 2nd quarter, we're kind of letting on the... Oh my gosh, come on, dude. This is such a close game. 4th quarter, we need you guys to score. Where is Paul George on the box score? 6 points. In one of the most important games of the season, playoff P is not there. Like, are you kidding me, dude? And that's our season right there. Wow. Wow, Cavs versus Jazz. And the Jazz almost won. What is up with this game, man? How are we not winning right here? Player retirements. LeBron retires. Oh my gosh, I'm actually sick about that. That we did not win. That is crazy. All right, I'm absolutely doing a speed round right here. I don't think we have any first round picks. Let me see. Okay, we have 26. We're in win now mode. I'm tired of losing. That's our 3rd year in a row we're losing. Let's see what we can get for Bruce Brown possibly. Vucevic, but we already have a lot of centers, so that's not really going to help us. yeah, it doesn't look like we can get much. And looking at this team, I'm just going through the team stats to see what could have gone wrong this season. I mean, we're top 5 in rebounds per game, top 5 in assists per game, first in steals per game, and top 6 in blocks per game. So I'm not sure what it is. Turnovers, maybe it's turnovers, man, because we're top 10 in turnovers as well. So I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what our downfall was. I thought we had a good team. I thought, you know, maybe we could get it together, but obviously we can't. And our bench, maybe it's our bench. 24th in the league for points from the bench. That could be our downfall. I'm not 100% sure. We are going to try to get Derek White in free agency. It looks like we're able to get him. We actually have a lot of cap space. So let's see if we can secure him. And oh my gosh, bro. We have to re-sign Miles Turner as well. So I'm going to front that deal. I didn't even realize that. So that might pump the brakes on getting Derek White. Not sure if they're going to allow us to do it. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we were able to get Miles Turner and Derek White. So that's definitely good for our bench. We just got to fill out the rest of the team. And it looks like we just have minimum contracts to work with. So I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm going to probably re-sign Isaiah Jackson to a bigger deal, to maybe trade him in the future, just while we can give him the money. Might as well do it, right? So in player progression, we have Haliburton going up by 1, Paul George going down, unfortunately, Mathurin going up 2, Nembhard up 2, Walker up 3, which is great to see. Bruce Brown went down 1, unfortunately. Isaiah Jackson up 1, Mara up 2, Kenrich Williams down 2, which is super annoying because we have him signed for 2 more years, so he's just going to keep regressing, I should say. And Seth Curry -3. All right, so this is what the lineup's looking like for this season, and I'll see you guys at the end of the season. We have depth. We have a great starting lineup. Our only hole is really the 4, which Walker just didn't develop as we'd like, but we're not going to use that as an excuse. We're going to have a great season, hopefully, and I'll see y'all at the awards. So at the awards, LaMelo Ball is your MVP once again. Trae Young, Rookie of the Year. Scoot Henderson, 6th Man of the Year. That means Dame never left. Wemby, DPOY, and DJ Wagner, Most Improved. And our coach, Rick Carlisle, Coach of the Year, 71-11, a tremendous season on our part. And we have Paul George here making All-NBA 3rd team. I'm not sure how, because 19.5 points per game isn't that impressive. It must be more towards our record being so good. Speaking of that, obviously, first in the conference, 71-11, with a 21-point differential, which is absolutely crazy and washes the entire league. The Jazz are the only team that comes in double figures to that. And luckily, we've been able to remain relatively healthy this season. The stats kind of took a dip from last season. Obviously, Haliburton, I mean, 1 point down isn't crazy, but Paul George, he's like 4 points down from his regular average. He's only averaging 31 minutes per game, though. We've been trying to emphasize the depth more so we can, you know, not get injured and save the fatigue for our starters. But Nembhard had a really good season. 26 minutes, 12.4 points per game. Love to see that. And just all around, we had a really good season. Even Mara, he got in 12 games. He scored a little. He did his thing, you know, in limited minutes. So love to see that. So simulating the play-in here, we are up against the Magic, and they have Lonzo Ball, Malik Monk, Brandon Ingram. Wow, this whole team is like practically different. Besides these 3, and Bobo, I guess, the whole team is different. I'm not sure how this is gonna go. Game 1. We secure the win. Yes, sir. Game 2. You know, I'm just going to simulate the round. Let's see what happens. Yes, we sweep them. I was that confident in this team. I mean, if you're going, what do we go, 71-11? We have to win, right? We're up against the Knicks. They got Trey Jones. They got Grimes, Sadiq Bey, Giannis. They have Giannis? Are you serious? What are the Bucks looking like now? Oh, my gosh. When did that happen? Oh, my goodness. They're still kind of tough, though. I mean, they don't have a lot of depth, but that starting 4 right here is actually crazy. But Giannis to the Knicks. That is insane. Game 1 we take, though. It doesn't matter. Let's see how much Giannis scored. 32 points. I guess it's pretty much just, oh my God, broken hand, Andrew Nembhard. Really? Doesn't matter. We still get the dub. But wow, Giannis. That was a name I was not expecting to see. And we might sweep them too. Oh my gosh, we did. It looks like we're going to be up against the Detroit Pistons, who late in the sims, once you're simulating years, they turn into a tank, which they are a tank. They got Cade, they got Jaden Ivey, Sabonis. Oh my gosh, bro, this team is stacked. Even the bench is pretty solid. Hope for the best, bro. Game 1 we win. Yes, sir. Haliburton, 41-13. He's averaging 29-11 for the playoffs. Dude is absolutely cooking. Game 2 we take as well. Another solid performance by Haliburton. Love to see that. And we'll just leave that as is. Are we about to sweep the whole playoffs? Oh my gosh. In that game, Paul George and Haliburton didn't even lead it. Oh my goodness. Okay, no, we're not going to sweep them, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get the gentleman sweep, though. Yes, sir. We are finally in the NBA Finals. And I hope, okay, I was going to say I hope the Kings get it because I don't think their team's that good if Sabonis is on the Pistons. But we're up against the Thunder, another absolutely crazy team. Obviously, they have a lot of the same players. They're just progressed hella because this is simulated into the future. Bench is good. Starters are good. Hope for the best. Game 1. We take game 1. Yes, sir. We blow them out by 24 points. Game 2. We take game 2 as well. Love to see that, even though Josh Giddey was 32 points. Game 3. Oh, Paul George. Okay. Game 3, we lose, unfortunately, by 7, which is crazy because they didn't even have a starter crack, like, past 20 points. You know, the rest of the team, like Mara, he just needs to step it up. Let's look at this bench real quick. Let's see if... Yeah, he is not back yet, but I'm going to an 8-man rotation. I'm really applying the pressure on the starters, and unfortunately, it bites me in the butt because we lose by 3 points, even though almost all of our players were in double figures. That is crazy. Paul George needs to perform better. Oh, come on, Nembhard. Yes, sir. Nembhard's back. We get the dub here, and we are potentially 1 game from winning the NBA Finals. Let's simcast here. First quarter, we come out the gates crazy. Second quarter, much of the same. Third quarter, we kind of let them come back. And fourth quarter, looks like we're getting the dub. Yes, sir. NBA Finals champions. Indiana Pacers. Tyrese Haliburton is the Finals MVP. 24.7 points per game and almost 10 assists per game. Appreciate y'all. It took a little longer than usual. Took 3 seasons. Usually I like to try to do it in 2 seasons. But nonetheless, comment, like, and subscribe, guys. Paul George came back to Indy. Won the Pacers a ring, and he's off into the sunset. Peace, y'all.